What up YouTube, tHE.jr's back for another requested review, and this one is to that tHE.jr. greatest hits. And honestly brother, you have a long path ahead of you because right now you are really struggling with your core fundamentals here. And as I read in your bio and all of that stuff for this, man, this was your first project that you created, and you know we all have to start from somewhere, and you did some smart things, and honestly you exposed your core flaws and such in other areas as well, man. Like the smart thing that you did was you went out there and used instrumentals, because instrumentals is nothing but practice. You did, like, it's really important for you to get up off of instrumentals, like never release them to the people though, because when you look at how the way the music industry is going, people who have used instrumentals before in the past, before they even made any money, all of that is coming back to haunt them. Like Mac Miller, who made a whole bunch of millions off his last record deal and all that, and you know he came up off of Dat Piff doing instrumentals and all of that, but yet later on in life, like right after he signed this mega deal, then producers that he went on ahead and used the instrumentals for his previous projects came back and sued him and won. So there's precedence for people giving up money for using instrumentals before they were famous. You did. If you ever hope to reach the high levels of the music industry and get record deals and all of that, man, it's important to use instrumentals just as practice and never really put them out there, and you only want to put out your own original music because it can all come back on you. But yet, it's still smart that you did this because you are lacking in your core fundamentals, and that's what instrumentals is all about, you dig? You can directly compare how you did on that track to somebody who did that track on a much higher level, and then from that point, notice on whether you need to go ahead and continue to work on it, or if you're ready to go out there and continue to build your own notoriety, man. But yet, in your case, the problem that you're doing is you're selecting these instrumentals from these individuals that make it difficult, you dig? Because we overtly can tell who your favorite rapper and all of that is here, which you going ahead and getting that whole Through the Wire instrumental, that Homecoming instrumental, that Bound 2 instrumental. Kanye West is obviously one of your favorite rappers out there. And then you also got other instrumentals like that The People, which was a Common beat, but yet that was produced by Kanye West. So you can tell the direction that you want to go. You want to go with that whole conscious community that had that core hip hop to it that Kanye West was pioneering for. And you know, I enjoy that sound, but yet that's one of the more difficult sounds for you to gather your core fundamentals with, because you got to understand how these individuals do their stuff. Like when you look at Mos Def, when you look at Common, these people fall off a beat a whole lot, but yet they fall off a beat for a reason, you did? Like whenever they fall off a beat or they use individual skill sets, like let me go staccato on a beat and all that, they do that specifically because of something that they're saying in the rhyme scheme that makes it all come together, because they're more poets than actual MCs at that moment, you did? So for you to try to gather your core fundamentals off of people that's falling off beat and all of that, it's not necessarily the best thing if you don't have this understanding to begin with, that they are unique amongst everybody in the music industry. It's rather important for you to gather those core fundamentals of being able to rap on beat with your flow, your delivery, and then your lyrics definitely all need improvement. And then the fact that you attempted to freestyle off the top of the head on a few of these joints, man, that's not a good look. Because here's something that legends in the game have said before in the past. Kumo D, I do believe, said it. Anybody can throw some paint in the wall and call that art, you dig? But it's real art when somebody takes some paint and continue to mold it and sculpt it into something that's more beautiful than anybody can ever do. That's what you need to do as an MC, and that's why it's important to continue to write all the time. And then when you write a song that you feel is dope, go back and edit it. And after you edit it, go ahead and get the flow absolutely tight and edit it again, man. Take out all of the words that are not necessary in order for you to stay on beat and all of that, man. Like that is very important in order for you to go ahead and continue with your progression. The freestyling, that's for you to build up a skill if you want to go into like freestyle battle rap, or if you want to go out there and do anything in particular. But when you look at all of these guys out there that claim to be freestyling, most of them have all of this stuff written, in which that's exactly what freestyling is though. Freestyling is free of any particular style. So you don't have to spit off top of the head to have anything free of any particular style, but yet that's kind of the way that the music industry tries to define it. They try to define anything that you do has to be off the top of the dome, and if you ain't doing that, then you ain't doing anything, and that's just not the way to go. Like if America were to go unprepared into Iraq to start a war or something again, then they would automatically lose because you are not prepared for the war. But yet, you got to be prepared for anything that you do, because whenever you go in a freestyle battle rap, it's a war. Whenever you go ahead and drop a new track, people are going to come at you and be mad at you if you didn't do the thing, man. But as I alluded to, the most important things that you need to work on right now is your lyrics, your delivery, and your flow. And your lyrics is something that's going to take the longest, so honestly, this is something that you need to continue to work on the most, you dig? But honestly, that's not the first priority. Like, with that, all you gotta do is just continue to write, because you're going to have to continue to write anyway in order to do everything else I'm gonna tell you to do. So don't even worry about that, just keep writing, and those lyrics will come, your advanced techniques, I'll give you that at another date. But yet, the things that you really need to focus on is your flow and your delivery. Starting with the flow, you dig? Because you honestly just are completely off on a bunch of different areas. I queued up one particular track, man, so I can show you exactly where you were going wrong. And this is that transformation off the mixtape for anybody who want to listen to it.
Bull calling Buddha barely a Buddhist, but he barely ever carried anything but Starbucks and berries. At age 5, he said, I got a better chance being Jerry's. Cause Springer could have lingered with any female category except the ones who beg for Maury.
All of that was completely off right there, you did. But there was particular moments in there where you went so far off, you lose interest in anything that you're saying. Because here's the thing, you want to be the conscious rapper that has a lot of things to say, as you are saying some things of interest here, but who actually cares about what you're saying if you're not saying it the right way, you dig? See, what you're trying to do is you're trying to be more complex than what your skill set actually allows you to do right here, man. It is way more important for you to gather the key core understanding of rapping on beat. Like, you want to have one particular flow that you're going to rap the entire song that you got right here, you dig? Like, you kind of want to come into it knowing exactly how you want to rap on it, and then put all of your words in that format. And then as you continue to get good at that, just having one flow the entire way, that's when you can go ahead and try to flip up the flow and start rapping fast in areas and slow in the others. So right now, that's really what you need to focus on. Create one kind of flow. Like, say I'm coming into this song, I want to rap like da 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 da, and then put all of your words around that and have that go through the same song. You did? Like, that's how all of these new generation dudes is doing it right now, but they don't have any lyrics to go along with it. But yet they have that core fundamental that if they were to get ghostwriting or something, then they could be a lot better than what it seems. The next thing you need to focus on is your delivery. Your delivery is how you're saying it. Are you saying it with enough energy, with enough enthusiasm that actually have people interested in actually paying attention to what you're saying? Because as I listen to your stuff, man, it's pretty difficult to go ahead and break down your lyrics because you're not saying them in an interesting enough fashion for people to care. Like, and that's why your lyricism really isn't that important to you right now, because you first got to sound like people need to listen to you. Honestly, the way you are rapping right now is a lot like that kid in high school English class. This kid that really doesn't care about passing this class, that really doesn't care about high school at all, but yet this is the kid that the English teacher is going to call on to read a long chapter in like a poetry book or something, man. And that's exactly how you sound, because when people rap like how he talks, people like the straight A students, they're going to fall asleep because it's not interesting at all, you dig? And that's honestly your issue. You honestly come off like you're reading at one instead of giving us enthusiasm and actually spitting the way you need to spit to intrigue people to actually listen to your bars. If you get those two things together, then you'll be ready to have some core lyricism, some more techniques to it, and you'll be able to take your music to a whole nother level. But yet where you're at right now, you need to get these core fundamentals down in order for you to continue to grow in this game, dude. But everybody out there that's watching this, go ahead and peep out this mixtape, man. The link to it is in the description below, and give them your own comments and tell them how you feel about them joints. Keep pushing. I hope you enjoyed the show. You can follow me at Twitter up there. And you can go to downloadpads.com. That's down there to read today's article.